Hello everyone, welcome to Analog IAS Prelims High Yielding Series for Prelims 2020, and the topic for today's video is Biodiversity Act 2002. In the UN Convention for Conservation of Biodiversity, there were certain principles recognized under various protocols like Cartagena Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, and national governments were required to give a framework for recognizing these principles in national level legislations. So India legislated Biodiversity Act 2002 in this context, and the main principles that it is trying to address is fair and equitable sharing of benefits of natural biological resources. That is the first one. So regulation of access to biological diversity. If this is not ensured, indiscriminate use of biological resources will lead to unsustainable lifestyle. So this is the second point. Third one is, if there is any research involved in the use of biological resources, it should be accessible to each and every person for the benefit of mankind. That is the third point. And the most important thing is decentralized decision making and policy implementation through state biodiversity boards. These are the broad areas under which Biodiversity Act has come into the picture of Indian legislation. However, the application of this particular act has certain exceptions. Now let us have a look at them. If you talk about forest dwelling local people and the indigenous communities, their lifestyle is intricately linked to forest lifestyle. So they have a free access to use biological resources within India and within their own community. So also there were traditional growers and cultivators of biological resources, say for example Vaids or Hakims, who are traditionally dependent upon biological resources for treatment in communities where indigenous people reside. So even those kind of people are exempt from this. The third kind of exemption is through notification of normally traded commodities. If there is any particular item that is significant for a local geographical population, and if it has to continue as a commodity sustainably, the government will notify that particular commodity, and it should be used only as a commodity but not for any other purpose. If the government wants to take up any R&D activities with respect to any genetic material or any biological resources, such R&D activities can be exempt from National Biodiversity Act. However, the adaptation of the fruits of that particular research, as seen in the case of GMO crops, is subject to approval. Now, the particular act in question has established the National Biodiversity Authority, and it looks into the issues of the UNCBD or the UN Convention of Biodiversity. So, the NBA may constitute a committee to deal with agrodiversity, and it can also constitute a committee to deal with other issues of biodiversity. It will also guide the state biodiversity boards at the state level and also determine the fees for accessing or collecting any biological resources. So complete sovereignty rests with national level governments with respect to any biological resources in our forests. Without paying a fee for the government, we cannot use those particular biological resources. Now let us have a look at the question. State government in consultation with local bodies can notify areas of biodiversity importance as biodiversity heritage sites. So there are certain important areas which are of tangible cultural benefit to mankind, and therefore state governments are indeed empowered to recognize such sites as sites that are important for biodiversity. So statement 1 is right. The state biodiversity boards also regulate the granting of approvals or otherwise upon request for commercial utilization. This statement is also right. People's Biodiversity Register is prepared by SBBs or State Biodiversity Boards. So this statement is false because they are created by biodiversity management committees, which are bodies at local level. So what should be the right answer? So the answer should be 1 and 2 only. The option is not given here. Pardon me for that. Question number 2. Please pause the video and comment your answer in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos on Prelims 2020.